उपक्रमे यन्नत्वा कृतकृत्या स्युस्तन्नमामि गजाननं माला सुधाकुम्भविबोधमुद्रा विद्याविराजत्करवारिजाताम् अपारकारुण्यसुधाम्बुराशिं श्रीशारदाम्बां प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम् वन्दे गुरुपदद्वन्द्वमवाङ्मानसगोचरं रक्तशुक्लप्रभामिश्रमवतर्क्यं त्रैपुरं महः वन्दे वृन्दावनासीनम् इन्दिरानन्दमन्दिरम् उपेन्द्रं सान्द्रकारुण्यं परानन्दं परात्परं कृष्णद्वैपायनं व्यासं सर्वलोकहिते रतं वेदाब्जभास्करं वन्दे क्षमादिनिलयं मुनिं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. In our introduction session of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, we have seen that Shrimad Bhagavad Gita is essence or the Sara of all the Upanishads. If one understands the teachings of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita and apply it in his day-to-day life, one can prosper in his day-to-day life. And also, if in Adhyatmika Marga also, if one tries to understand the teaching of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, he will also prosper in Moksha Marga. Before starting our session today, I would like to discuss about what is moksha. What does the word moksha means? Every being in this world mainly desires of two things. One is sukha prapti and second one is dukkha nivritti. Every being in this world want to be happy and wants to be get rid of the dukkha or sorrow, whatever it is. For example, a person wanted to eat a Mysore pak. He has asked his mother to make Mysore pak and his mother has made it and he has eaten. He told that I am happy now. Can we say that by eating Mysore pak he will be happy forever and he will not get any dukkha further? No, it is not possible. Similarly, all the sukhas or happiness or ananda which we get through this laukika prapanchas are ashashvata. They are perishable. They are not shashvata. The happiness which we get this world is ashashvata. So one should try for Shashvatananda or eternal happiness is what Shastra states. So they say Anando Brahmeti Vyajanat. The one who gets the moksha will get Shashvatananda. He will be in the state of Shashvatananda. That means eternal bliss. Then how can one get moksha? Brahmavida apnoti param gnana devatu kaivalyam. All these Upanishad statements means the one who has knowledge of self, the one who has Atma Gnana will get the moksha. So one who gets the moksha will be in the state of eternal happiness or eternal Shashvatananda forever. He will not get deprived of it. For example, a person has done punya karmas. He has done good things in his life. For that, as a result of that punya karmas, he has got swarga. That means heaven. If after the completion of the punya phala which he has done, again he have to take rebirth again. Kshine punye martyalokam vishanti. After completion of the punya karmas which he has done, he have to take janma again. This is what Shastra state. But it is not in the case of moksha. The one who gets the moksha will be in the state of the moksha forever and he will not get the rebirth again. Nacha punaravartate. The one who gets the moksha will not get rebirth again. The Shastra states the janma, the birth is the mula karana for all the dukkhas. By getting moksha, one gets rid of this rebirth again and again, getting the birth again and again. So, by getting moksha, one will be in the state of ananda forever and he will not get rebirth again. This is what I want to clarify before my session. Now, today we will start our session. It is well known that in Bhagavad Gita there were 18 adhyayas. There are 18 chapters in Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. The first adhyaya of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita is Arjuna Vishada Yoga. In first adhyaya, Arjuna says that he will not do yuddha since he cannot kill his own relatives for kingdom. And he explains the circumstances what will happen due to war and he says he will not do the yuddha. In the second adhyaya, Bhagavan Krishna starts his Upadesha. The second adhyaya is known as Sankhya Yoga. In this adhyaya, Bhagavan says why Arjuna has to do yuddha and what is the greatness of Gnana and how Gnana leads to moksha. And in third adhyaya, Bhagavan which is known as Karma Yoga, Bhagavan explains the greatness of the karma and how karma leads to self-realization, that is Gnana, and how Gnana leads to Moksha. He explains in third Adhyaya. Today, our topic is Bhagavad Avatara Mimamsa, Bhagavad Avatara Tattva Mimamsa, the nature of Bhagavad Avataras, understanding Bhagavad Avataras. This discussion starts in fourth Adhyaya, that's chapter 4 of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. The first shloka of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita's fourth chapter is Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Ahamavyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha Manurikshvakuve Bravit. Hey Arjuna, the Gnana, the yogas which I have told in previous adhyayas, that is in the adhyaya second and third, I have told the same Gnana to Surya. This Surya has told the same Gnana to his son Manu. This Manu has told the same Gnana to his son Ikshvaku, who is the first king of this world. Here Bhagavan has used the word Abhyaya for the yoga, for Gnana which he has told. Why Bhagavan has used the term Abhyaya? The word Abhyaya means Shashvata, eternal. Why Bhagavan has called the yoga which he has told in previous Adhyayas Abhyaya, as Abhyaya? Means since the result, by knowing the Gnana which Bhagavan has taught in second and third Adhyayas, one will get moksha, which is Shashvata Purushartha. One who gets moksha will not take birth again. He will be in the state of moksha forever. So since the result of the Gnana which Bhagavan has taught in the previous Adhyayas is Shashvata, Bhagavan has called this yoga or the Gnana which Bhagavan has taught as Abhyaya, that means Shashvata Yoga. So the meaning of the first shloka is the Gnana which Bhagavan has taught in previous Adhyayas has already been taught to Surya. Surya has taught this Gnana to his son Manu. Manu has taught this Gnana to his son Ikshvaku, who is the first king of this world. In the second shloka, Bhagavan says, Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakalene hamahata yogo nashtah parantapa. Hey Arjuna, this yoga came in this parampara of this rajarshis. That means Surya has taught this Gnana to his son Vaivasvata Manu. Manu has taught this Gnana to his son Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku has taught this Gnana to his son. So this Gnana came in this parampara. Rajarishayo Viduhu. Bhagavan has used the word Rajarishi here. What does the word Rajarishi means? Rajanaha te Rushayascha. The one who is both Rajas and Rishis. Both kings and Rishis. Why Bhagavan has taught this Gnana only to Rajarshis? Why it came in this parampara of Rajarshis means, if king is in a Dharma Marga, he maintains the rest of the world in, he makes the rest of the world to follow Dharma Marga. So Bhagavan has taught this Gnana to these Rajarshis. This Rajarshis has taught this Gnana to the rest of the world according to their eligibilities and made the world in Dharma Marga. But what happened? Sakalene hamhata yogo nashtah parantapa. But this parampara has been lost now. When Krishna is saying this Upadesha to Arjuna, this parampara has been lost. Hey Parantapa, hey Arjuna, this parampara has been lost now. Sayevayam mayotejya yoga proktah puratanaha bhaktosi me sakacheti rahasyam hetaduttam. This Puratana Yoga, this Gnana, I am teaching to you since you are my Bhakta and Sakha. The word Bhakta means you are my devotee, and Sakha, you are my friend, and you are also Parantapa. Bhagavan has called Arjuna in the previous shloka as Parantapa. The word Parantapa has two meanings. One of the meaning is Atmano Vipakshabhutaha para uchyate tan shauryateja gabistibihi banu yuva tapayatiti parantapaha shatru tapana ityarthaha. The one who is able to control and who is able to defeat his shatrus, his enemies in the war, is called Parantapa. Arjuna is able to defeat his enemies in the war, so he is called as Parantapa. The other artha for word Parantapa is Madhusudana Saraswati Swami gives in his Bhashya. Kamakrodadi Rupam Shatruganam Shauryena Balavata Vivekena Tabasa cha Bhanuriva Tapayaditi Parantapaha Shatrutapano Jidendriyaha Ityarthaha. Here, the word Parantapa means Arjuna is able to defeat not only the enemies who are present outside, Arjuna is also able to defeat the Shatrus or the enemies who are present inside his bodies, which are Kama, Krodha, and etc. Arjuna is able to defeat the Kama, Krodhas and able to keep these senses under his control. So Arjuna is called Parantapa. Since Arjuna is Bhakta and also friend and also Parantapa who is Jitendriya, so Bhagavan has taught this Gnana to Arjuna. Now after Bhagavan said this, Arjuna has a question, which is fourth shloka. Arjuna uvacha aparam bhavato janma paranjanma vivasvatah kadametat vijaniyam tvamadau proktavaniti. Hey Krishna, you have born in recent times. You have born in the house of Devaki and Vasudeva, which happened in the recent time. But Surya has born in the starting of this Srishti. At the beginning of this Srishti of this creation, Surya has. How is this possible that you have taught this Gnana to Surya, who has born so much time before, and you have born now? How is this possible? You have taught this Gnana to Surya. How should I understand this? Is what Arjuna asks. For that, Bhagavan says, बहूनि मे व्यतीतानि जन्मानि तव चार्जुन तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि न त्वं वेत्थ परन्तप. Hey Arjuna, many births, many births have already passed for both you and me. I know all the janmas which I have taken previously, and you do not know the janmas which you have taken previously. The difference between you and me is you do not know the janmas you have taken previously. I know all the births which I have taken previously. Now the question arises, how can Krishna know all the janmas which he has taken previously? Why can't Arjuna know? For this, we should understand why janma, why birth happens. What is the reason or the moola karana, the root for the janma? There is a shloka in Shastras. शुभैराप्नोति दैवत्वं निषिद्धैर्नारकीं तनुः उभाभ्यां पापपुण्याभ्यां मानुष्यं लभते वशः. The one who does good deeds only, one who has done only dharma karyas in his previous births, in his previous janmas, get the sharira as or the birth as devatas. That means he may born as Indra, he may born as Agni, Varuna, Yama. He will born like that. Who has done only dharma karyas will get the devata sharira. Similarly, the one who has done all adharma karyas, only adharma karyas who has done only the bad things in their previous births, they will get the janma or the birth as animals, insects, like that they will get. Ubhabhyam papa punyabhyam manushyan labhate vashah. The one who has done both punyas and papas, one who has done both good things and bad things, will get the janma of human being. So from this shloka, it is evident that the one who has done only good deeds will get devata sharira. The one who has done papa karmas will get animals or insects birth. The one who has done both punyas and papas will get human birth. So from this shloka, it is evident that the moola karana, the root for the birth is the papas or punyas which he has done in the purva janmas. So the root cause of the birth is the punya and papa karmas. So there is a rule in this universe. Janma janmantaranubhutancha nasmaryete. After getting this janma, one cannot remember the gnana or the knowledge about previous janmas which he has taken. Is the samanya dharma. How why can't he do means Adi Shankaracharya says in his Bhashya, Dharma Dharmadi Pratibadda Gnana Shaktitvat. Since his gnana, his knowledge about the previous janmas has been covered by these papas and punyas which he has done, since his gnana has been covered by these dharmas and adharmas, he cannot know the gnana about his previous births. He cannot know since his gnana has been covered by these dharmas and adharmas. How can Bhagavan Krishna knows all the janmas which he has taken previously means अहम पुनः नित्य शुद्ध बुद्ध मुक्त स्वभावत्वात् अनावरण ज्ञान शक्ति इति वेद अहम हे परंतप. Hey Arjuna, I know all. How can I know? How can Krishna know all the gnana of previous janmas means Krishna is not bounded by these punyas and papas. He is Nitya, the one who is eternal, Shuddha, who is pure, Buddha, who has pure wisdom, who is the Sarvagna, who is the all-knower, Mukta Swabhavat, Anavarana Gnana. His Gnana hasn't been covered by these dharmas and adharmas. Since Krishna is Bhagavan, he is a Sarvagna, he knows all the janmas which he has taken previously. The meaning of this shloka is Arjuna, you and me have taken many janmas before. I know all the janmas which I have taken, but you do not know your janmas which you have taken. So one get a question. Why you are directly saying Krishna is Bhagavan? Since he has told that he know all the janmas which he have taken. Even many yogis and maharshis told they remember about the gnana of their previous janmas. A rishi known as Vamadeva, Vamadeva Maharshi in Upanishad says, Aham Manurabhavam, Suryaschaham, Kakshivan Rishirasmi Vipraha. In previous gen, one time I have taken birth as Surya, one time I have born as Manu, now I am born as Maharshi. He also says about the previous Janma. You can say Krishna as Yogi. Why you are saying Krishna as Bhagavan who is all knower? Is what the question arises. For this question, Bhagavan himself answers in the next shloka. Ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam ishvaropi san prakritim swam adishthaya sambhavam yatma mayaya. Hey Arjuna, I am Aja. The word Aja means the one who has no janma. I have no birth. San Avyayatma. I am Avyaya. That means I am Shashvata Purusha. I have no death. I am the one who is present all the time. I am the one who is having no birth, no death. I am the eternal being. Bhutanam Ishvaropisan. I am the controller of all the jivas, starting from Brahma to a small insect. I can control every jiva from Brahma to a insect. So I am Ishvara of all these bhutas. Bhutanam Ishvaropisan. Then again a question arises. What Upanishad states is Bhagavan has no form and he is not bounded to any gunas. He has no punyas and papas. Then how can Bhagavan get a sharira? How can he get a form? Kevalo nirgunascha. Bhagavan is Kevala nirguna, the one who has no gunas and no form. Then how can Bhagavan get a sharira or Bhagavan get a avatara or janma is the question. We have done punyas and papas in our previous janma, so we have got this birth. Then Bhagavan has not done any punyas and papas, he is not bound to these punyas and papas. Then how can Bhagavan get the birth? For that Bhagavan says, Prakritim swam adishthaya sambhavam yatmamaya. There is a Shakti of Bhagavan or the power of Bhagavan which is known as Prakriti or Maya or Avyakrita. These are synonyms for the same word. This Prakriti or Maya is the Shakti or the power of the Bhagavan which controls all the universe. All the universe and all the jivas are in the control of this Maya. But this Maya is in the control of Bhagavan. There is the Prakriti or Maya is called as Aghatamana Ghatana Patiyasi Maya. This Maya can do whatever which is impossible, this Maya can makes it possible. So even though Bhagavan is not having no form, by keeping this Maya or Prakriti in his control, Bhagavan is taking a form which is not possible, but Bhagavan making this possible by keeping this Prakriti or Maya in his control. Then why does Bhagavan takes form is the question. When does Bhagavan takes form? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyudanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujamyaham. Whenever there is harm for dharma, glanir bhavati bharata abhyudanam adharmasya, and there is increase in adharma, then I will take avatara or janma with by keeping this maya under my control. Then what does Bhagavan do by taking this avataras? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma samstapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. By taking this avatara, what does Bhagavan does is paritranaya sadhunam. He protects all the people who are in dharma marga. Vinashaya cha dushkrutam. He does vinasha for all the people who are in adharma marga. Dharma samstapanarthaya. And for establishing dharma properly, he takes avatara in every yuga whenever there is a need. Bhagavan takes avatara for protecting dharma and for killing the people who are in adharma marga, and for establishing dharma Bhagavan takes avatara. And he says, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yovetti tatvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna. The janma, the birth and the actions which I have done in this avataras are divya. Why Bhagavan has called the Janma and Karma as Divya? Even Adi Shankaracharya in his Brahma Sutra Bhashya he says, Syat Parameshwarasyapi Icchavashan Mayamayam Rupam Sadhakanugrahardam. Vastutah, actually Bhagavan has no form. Icchavashat Mayamayan Rupam. He takes form according to his wish. But we doesn't take form or this Sharira, this birth, according to our wish. We will get this Sharira or this birth according to the punyas and papas which we have done in our Purva Janmas. But Bhagavan gets the Sharira whatever he wants according to his wish. Icchavashat Mayamayam Rupam. The Rupa of Bhagavan, the Sharira of Bhagavan is Mayamaya. Our Sharira is not Mayamaya. Our Sharira is Panchabhautika Sharira, which is made up of 5 elements. Prithivyapas Tejo Vayu Akashat, which means with the help of earth, air, water, air, and Akasha, this Sharira is, and Agni, this Sharira is made. But Bhagavan Sharira is not made of this Panchabhautikas, this Panchabhutas. Bhagavan Sharira is made up of his Maya, own Maya he takes. So Bhagavan Sharira is Divya, and Bhagavan's Janma is Divya. And the Karma, the deeds Bhagavan does are Divya. Why the Bhagavan does a Karma? Means for production of Dharma, since Bhagavan does Karma. His Janma and Karma are stated as Divya. Evam yo vetti tattvataha. The one who understands this tattva properly. Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorchuna. The one who understands this tattva properly will not get rebirth again. They will get moksha. Is what Bhagavan has taught. Bhagavan has taught in this shloka. The conclusion or the sara of the talk which I have been talked up to now is there is difference between our janmas, our births, and Bhagavan's janma. We get this janma or this birth according to the punyas and papas which we have done in our previous janmas. But Bhagavan does not do any punyas and papas. He is not bound to these punyas and papas. So Bhagavan is Sarva Shaktiman. So through his Maya he gets a Sharira. And his Sharira is Pancha Bhautika Sharira. And our Sharira, his Sharira is not Pancha Bhautika Sharira. And our Sharira is Pancha Bhautika Sharira, which is made up of these 5 elements. Bhagavan Sharira is Maya Maya Sharira, which he has taken with the help of the Maya by keeping control. By keeping control of Maya, he takes any form which he wants. But our Sharira is not like that. So one should understand that there is difference between our Janmas and Bhagavad Avataras. Bhagavad Avataras are for a reason. For establishment of Dharma, Bhagavan takes Avataras continuously. So the conclusion of this talk is Bhagavan takes Avataras for Dharma Parirakshana according to his wish. And Krishna is Sakshat Bhagavan himself. Some people these days state that Krishna is not Bhagavan. People has made him Bhagavan since he is a great yogi. He is a one who has in Dharma Marga. So people have made him Dharma. No, this is not the case. Krishna is Bhagavan himself. He has taken avatara for production of dharmas. Even there are great Mahatmas, great yogis, many people. Even there is Satya Harishchandra, who is in the Vamsha of Sri Ramchandra himself, who has left everything for Dharma and Satya what he has done. No one is worshipping Satya Harishchandra as a Bhagavan and building him temples. But we are worshipping Sri Ramchandra and Shri Krishna since they are avataras of Bhagavan. So one should understand there is difference between the people who does Dharma and Bhagavan. So Bhagavans were not made. Bhagavad avataras were being worshipped, not human beings were worshipped. This is what conclusion of this talks. Even as time has been remained, I will say a small topic and conclude my speech. Many people claim that Vedas does not contain this Avataravada. This Avataravada is later interpretation in Puranas and Itihasas. Vedas does not contain this. Vedas are the main granthas or main books for Sanatana Dharma. This Vedas does not contain avataras. Only Puranas and Itihasas contain this. Is what they claim. But which itself is wrong. There is a Purusha Sukta which is there in both Shukla Yajurveda and Krishna Yajurveda, which has a mantra Prajapatischarati garbhe antaha ajayamano bahuda vijayate. Even though Bhagavan having no janma, he is taking many avataras, is what this mantra says. Even there is an other vakya, other statement in Brihadaranyaka of Shukla Yurveda. Indro Maya Pururupa Iyate. The word Indra here means not Devendra, who is the king of the Swarga. No. Here the word Indra means Id Parameshwaraha is Dhatu. Means the word Indra here means Parameshwara. Bhagavan takes many forms with his Maya, is what this Upanishad statement says. Even in Krishna Yurveda, Taittiriya Brahmana of Arunaketukar Prakarana, there mentions Varaha Vishesha. They say the story of Varaha Avatara in Krishna Yajurveda itself. Even in Krishna Yajurveda's Taitriya Aranyaka, there is a mantra, Udhruta Sivarahena Krishnena Shatavahuna. This mantra is the study of Bhudevi, which says, Hey Bhudevi, you have been lifted by Bhagavan in the form of Varaha. Udhrutasi Varahena Krishnena Shatavahuna is what this mantra says. Hey Bhudevi, you have been lifted by Bhagavan in the form of Varaha is what this Veda mantra says. Even in Sarva Gayatri of Taitriya Aranyaka, there is Nrsimha Gayatri. Vajranakhaya vidmahe tikshna dhangshtraya dhimahe tanno narasimha prachodayat. This is the stuti of Bhagavan Nrsimha. So, like this, many examples were there in Vedas, which itself contains Avataravada or this the concept of avataras of Bhagavan itself there in Vedas. This only have been told in bigger form in Puranas. It is not any new concept. Even very popularly known mantra of Krishna Yajurveda, Narayanaya vidmahe vasudevaya dhimahi tanno Vishnu prachodayat. The word Vasudeva itself has two meanings. One of the meaning is we say shloka and sandhya vandana every day. वासनाद् वासुदेवस्य वासितन्ते जगत्त्रयम् सर्वभूत निवासोऽसि वासुदेव नमोस्तुते. Bhagavan, he is called Vasudeva since he resides all over the universe. He is there, he is present, he resides in every being. So, as he resides in every being, he is called Vasudeva, is one Artha. But the Bhashyakara, the one who has written meanings for Vedas, who is Vidyaranya or Sayanacharya, we say, he wrote that Vasudeva means Vasudevatmajaha Vasudevaha Krishnavatar Vishesha. Here Bhagavan Narayana is called Vasudeva since he is son of Vasudeva in Krishna Avatara. So he is called Vasudeva. So from this we can draw conclusion that this Avataravada is present in Vedas from before only. Same thing has been described by Puranas and Itihasas in bigger form. By this I end my talk. हर नमः पार्वतीपतये हर हर महादेव जानकीकान्तस्मरण जय जय राम. Thank you for Professor P.H. Joshi sir and PhD scholar Ramakrishna sir and our club lead Raghavendra sir for giving me these opportunities. Thank you. If anyone is having any doubt, they can ask.
So now it's time for the question answer session. So anyone from the audience, if you would love to interact and ask some questions, it would be really great.
The parampara of the Janma and Marana is Anadi. There is no starting. No one can say that there is starting for Janma and Marana. This Janma and Marana has been happening continuously. There is no starting point for this. If we say there is a starting point for Janma and Marana, then there will be no logic of accepting Punarjanma. If there is starting for Janma and Maranas, then how Bhagavan has given one to be born as human being, one to be born as insect, one to be born as poor, one to be born as rich. This is not possible. This parampara of Janma and Marana has been be continuously. It is Anadi. This is what Shastra state. So there is no starting and beginning of these Janmas. There is no starting and beginning of these janmas, but there will be breaks middle, which is called pralaya. This janmas and maranas will stop for some time and again they will start. There is no beginning or ending for this parampara. It is anadi parampara. But the one who knows tattva gnana can 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 get can get out of this cycle by knowing tattva gnana or atma gnana, realization of self, which we say. Thank you. I would. How do we start if we have interest in Vedas and Upanishads? One can go through basic granthas like Puranas and Itihasas before starting understanding of the Vedas. One can start with Shrimad Bhagavata Purana or Ramacharita which has been written by Tulsidas. If we start in this parampara or in this order, one can understand these Vedas and Upanishads. But even for studying Vedas and Upanishads, there should be a samskara known as Upanayana which has to be done. After that, only one is eligible to study Vedas. So Bhagavan Vedavyasa, who is avatar of Sriman Narayana, has written Puranas and Itihasas to say whatever things which has been present in Puranas and in Vedas itself. Stri Shudra Dvijabandunam Trayina Shruti Gochara Iti Bharatamakhyanam Krupaya Munina Krutam. This what Vedavyasa thought that all does not have adhikara for studying Vedas and Upanishads. So what he has decided to do is the gnana, whatever present in Vedas, has he wanted to import the same gnana in Mahabharata and Ashtadasha Puranas. If we take the Vedas mainly speaks of three things. One is karma, and second one is upasana, and third one is gnana. The karma means what have to be done, what not have to be done. What is dharma, what is adharma, they speaks of this thing mainly. So this same thing has been taught in Mahabharata and other Puranas. In Mahabharata, there are two parvas which are dedicated for this what is dharma and what is adharmas, what are dharmas for what dharmas one should follow. All these have been told by Bhishma to Yudhishthira in two parvas. Each parva consists of many adhyayas. So all the gnana which have been in Vedas have been imparted in this Puranas and Itihasas. The Gnana Bhaga of Vedas are called as Upanishads. Upanishads are not separate granthas. The part of Vedas which speaks of Gnana are called Upanishads. This same Upanishad Gnana has been imparted in Mahabharata at two places. One is Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, which consists of 700 shlokas, and other is Sanat Sujatiya, which is in Udyoga Parva of Mahabharata. This both contains the Gnana Bhaga of Vedas. The Karma Bhaga is in Anushasana Parva or Shanti Parva and many Parvas in Mahabharata. And the Gnana Bhaga is present in this Sanat Sujatiya and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And about Upasana, even in Mahabharata itself, two main stotras were there of Bhagavan. One is Shiva Sahasranama and other is Vishnu Sahasranama. Both Shiva Sahasranama and Vishnu Sahasranama, which were main for Upasana, were present in Sri Mahabharata itself. Even in Purana, like Srimad Bhagavata Purana, we will get more details about Bhakti. So if one studies Puranas and Itihasas, it itself is enough. And even one can start with Srimad Bhagavata Purana and Ramacharita which has been published by Gita Press in all the languages, whether it is Hindi, Telugu, or Tamil, in all the languages, even in English, it has been published. That's what. One has asked the questions about hierarchies of Vedas, Itihasas, and Puranas. In Sanatana Dharma, Vedas are highest authority. Vedas are supreme pramanas for dharma. Veda pranihito dharma. The things which have been told in Vedas holds highest pramanas for dharma. The word Shastra itself means Veda only. Other Shastras like Dharma Shastras, Puranas, Itihasas has got the word Shastra from Veda. Since they say the things which have been in Vedas, they are called as Shastras. The word Shastra means only Vedas. But other things like Puranas, Itihasas are all called Shastras since they say the same things which have been told in Vedas in simpler form and in Vistruta Rupa. That is what Vedas holds highest praman authority in Sanatana Dharma. I think that sends the question and answer session. If anyone having any other questions can ask.
So, as no one else is having any other questions, I would like to now invite Shri Ramakrishna sir to end this session with his wisdom and knowledgeful talks.
Yeah, thank you. So is my voice audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It is such a nice talk, Kosik. Actually, I appreciate that much knowledge you have, and how good you explain the things. Okay. So, as a beginner, if anyone starts studying Bhagavad Gita, because the topic is on Bhagavad Gita, Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, so I would not go to Vedas and Puranas, other things. So, as a beginner, if someone wants to study Bhagavad Gita, then if he overlooks what is the overview of Bhagavad Gita, he will come across there are 18 chapters. That means there may be different verses, different things, like the Bhagavan Lord Shri Krishna praises in some point of time praises Bhakti Yoga. Okay, like chapter 8, chapter 12, as I remember. In some other point of time, he praises Karma Yoga, like chapter 5. Okay, you can see, and other point of time dhyana yoga, other point of time like jnana yoga. Okay, so different kind of yogas are there. Then definitely one will have doubt which, why he has told about different yogas, and why is not told about a simple and a single knowledge. Okay, anyone can get. Now it's a kind of question like, if you see about Puranas also, there is a Vishnu Puran, right, where the Lord Vishnu is called as the superior, and there is called Shiva Purana, Shiva Mahapurana is that there. That is also Lord Shiva is being told as a superior God. So in Devi Bhagavat also, in Devi Bhagavat, Adi Shakti, or the Divine Mother, we can say. Okay, so she is denoted as the superior there. So how it is, why it is there? What is the confusion behind this? Why Lord Vishnu also superior, Lord Shiva also superior, Lord Bhagavat also superior? Similarly, in Bhagavad Gita, Karma Yoga also good, it is praised. Bhakti Yoga also praised. Everything is praised, right? Here, so there may be two aspects of looking at this concept actually. Okay, but is the preliminary all that is all gods are same. Okay, so if you think there is a family, okay, joint family, who together goes to a mela. Okay, so what happens there? In a heavy crowd is there, heavy rush is there. There what happens, the sons they escaped. Okay, somewhere they went somewhere else. The wife went somewhere else. Okay, the brothers and sisters went somewhere else. Okay, the father is in the center somewhere. Okay, now what happens, uh, what they will do, they will go to the reception, or where and the center, right, where at the inquiry center. Then the inquiry boy will ask them, like the sons, okay, uh, whom we are looking for. Then what he will tell? They will tell that we are looking for our father. Okay, if the boy again asks, to wife, whom we are looking for, the wife will tell, I am looking for my husband. Okay, the brothers and sister, they will tell, we are looking for our brother. Okay, here you think, are those persons, that brother, that husband, that father, are those different, or are those, means those persons are unique? Yes, they are same. So if you think like that, so you will get that all those are a single person, the father only. Okay, similarly, this is one aspect to understand, like all the god and goddess, what are the mentioned and called as a superior in different scriptures, they all are same. Okay, so this is the first aspect to understand. Second aspect, so though Bhagavad Gita is written in simple Sanskrit language, as I told, right, anyone can understand. But everybody has a different choice. Everybody has a different nature. Everybody has a different thinking, understanding, everything, right? So in that way, Lord Krishna praises each yoga in order to give a choice. Okay, someone likes to do karma. Okay, more attracted about to purify the karma, then he can go in karma yoga. Okay, if someone has the emotion or devotion towards God is more than others, lack of jnana or lack of karma, then he can think of bhakti yoga. Okay, so any yoga if you go, all lead to the same supreme leader. Okay, there is no difference at all. So there is these are the two aspects of understanding why different scriptures are there, different lords are there, and everything. Okay, there may be doubt, that's one. So the overall the Bhagavad Gita is a scripture which is for the people of the whole world. Okay, it's not only for the Arjuna, right? So that is the thing here. So the as we decided, like we'll end at 5:45, so I would not take much time. So thank you, and over to the host now.
Thank you, sir, very much for enlightening all of us with your wonderful talk. And I would now like to conclude the session, thanking everyone who attended the session, making it a great success. Thank you, everyone.